What is up, guys? Today we had a customer bring in a 2004 Buick LeSabre. LeSabre. It is a LeSabre. It is a 2004. It kept stalling out. Had a lot of misfires. He said sometimes it would not start back up, so he quit driving it until he could get it in. So we're also going to be using the XTOOL D9 PRO scan tool. Let's see what we got. I've owned lots of other scanners before. And I used to like Launch. I still love the Pros Mini and the Pro Mini by Launch. Them are good little scanners. You cannot beat them for the price. They definitely are not this quality. I've had the Launch brand new one that would do heavy duty semi trucks and regular vehicles too. It was about a $3,000 machine. I did not like it. I sent it back. We're just gonna hit auto scan. It'll go through every system it has. You can see there's 3 in the powertrain, PCM, control module. Some like the topographical mapping. Me, myself, I like list because you could go right to it and it will tell you whenever you hit the little arrow what codes are there. When you're under topograph, well, in order to read them, you have to actually click on each one. But when you're on the list, I'll show you what I'm talking about as soon as this finishes. But the XTOOL D9 Pro is a very damn good machine. I guarantee it will compete with the highest dollar snap-on scanner and anything Alltel has. It does lots of bi-directional functions, tons of reset. This unit here, you could actually do programming for new ECMs, modules, online, certain vehicles, and it will also do programming offline too for certain vehicles, Ford. It does a lot of other stuff too, so it's done. So a lot of people like staying under this module. Topo is what I would call it. Topograph. I like list, and I'm going to show you why. Now, when you hit list, you go up to the top. Boom. It will tell you right here exactly what is going on. Engine misfire, exhaust gas, recirculation. Okay, so I did drive this car, and it ran like shit before I scanned it. And it did not want to run right. I thought it was going to stall, but it stayed running. So I ultimately put it into drive and just let it sit here. And I could feel it running like crap. And it's doing it again. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go under PCM Diagnostics. We could go under live data, engine data, go to misfire. As you can see, this live misfire is not really showing anything. I'm barely going to touch the accelerator pedal, and I could feel it missing right now. There you go. Cylinder number 2 misfiring. Cylinder 6 is misfiring. Cylinder 5. And now it just completely cleared up. Everything feels normal. Yep, you can see everything just cleared out. Now let me let off the pedal, accelerator pedal. And let's do that again. Now it's running fine. No misfires. So I'm going to tell you my opinion. What is going on, I believe we are going to have problems since we have EGR codes. My guess is going to be the EGR is sticking open on this, and that's why we have random misfires, and sometimes it completely clears out. I was watching live data on this earlier, messing around, and the misfires would go from cylinder 2 to cylinder 5, but then they started jumping from cylinder 6 to cylinder 1. So that tells me right there, these 2 EGR exhaust gas recirculation, the exhaust gas valve is hanging open at the wrong time when it should not be open, causing the exhaust to go into the intake and doing weird things in the cylinder when it should not be functioning at all. And that's why it has a hard time starting if it's sticking open at startup. Stay tuned though. Let's see what we figure out. But if you guys are in the market for a badass scan tool, I'll tell you right now, you cannot beat XTOOL. The D9 Pro is good. They also have a D9S, I believe, or something like that, that's even better than this one now. But the Pro has some pretty good special functions, and this is just for this particular vehicle. I could cut cylinders 1 through 6 on this car. Misfire graph, engine, idle air control system I could relearn, fuel trim I could reset, service bay test, I could run a lot of tests under there. Fuel injector balance, I could cut each injector. Crankshaft position sensor relearn. Now under action test, you could run transmission stuff, engine. Let's just, there you go. You could clear the tap shifts, torque converter. Now under engine, you could control everything electrical for fuel pump, AC, EGR solenoid, and let's try something. EGR solenoid command is at 0. Let's increase it. There it goes. Now I know exactly what's going on. It's running very rough now. Yep, it just killed the engine. That's how I know the EGR was sticking open. Yes, it is functioning, but it was dang sure sticking. That's the same symptoms it was doing earlier. So now I'm going to decrease it, so it should be completely shut now. Yep, it kind of flooded the motor. Same exact symptom as earlier. That's how I know for a fact the EGR is causing the misfire and the hard to start, because it's flooding the engine. Let me show you some other cool features on this. We're going to get all the way out of this particular vehicle.